morning. I'm going to do another video, sheetrock video, taping video. For some reason, YouTube loves the sheetrock videos, so I'm going to do another one. I'm going to have to apologize to you. I don't have a cameraman today. It's just going to be me here in the hallway. And it's just, kind of be a little bit long, but bear with me. I'm going to put my stilts on, and then I'll get to it. I got a ladder set up here in the other room, so I'm not going to edit this out. So I'm in the other room and I'm putting the stilts on. I got ladders set up. I sit up on top of the ladder. And then I just attach my stilts. I have a little Velcro strap I put on because the attachments that came with the stilts weren't working very well, so I modified these Velcro straps to my stilts, and they seem to be doing a better job than what the belt was doing for me. So I got the leg straps on. Now I'm putting the foot straps on. This is kind of like tying your shoes, but 10 times worse. You have to bend down so far. You gotta get them nice and tight. Okay, I'm off on my stilts now. Here I am again. Come back out. So these are the little Velcro straps I was talking about. They're quicker to put on and I can tighten them up better. I got the little arm straps when I went in for surgery on my appendix. I took those home from the hospital as a souvenir. Now right now what I'm doing is I'm taking my utility knife and I'm cutting along the top edge where this little 4-inch strip doesn't have a factory edge on it. I'm just beveling it out. I'm just cutting a 45 degree on it. So when the mud goes in there, it'll lock in better. I looked around for 54-inch sheets, but it was going to be too much of a hassle to get them out here. And so my ceilings are a little bit higher than 8 feet. They're 8 foot 4.5, so I just use scrap pieces of sheetrock for that extra 4 inches. So it's a little bit more work, but that was the best way I thought to do it. So now wherever I feel like there's not enough space for the mud to go in and walk in that joint, I'll just take and I'll bevel it out with my knife here. So you'll have to forgive the slow pace of this video. I'm just wanting to see how it's going to do on YouTube. Seems like my highest performing videos have been the sheetrock videos. And when I say highest performing, I mean 200 views in one day. Which, that's not viral by any standards, but for my little channel, it's pretty good. And maybe people aren't necessarily tuning in for to learn how to do sheetrock. Maybe they just like to watch somebody work. I don't know, but anyway, I got nothing better to do right now than make a sheetrock video. So that's what I'm doing. It's early in the morning. Sometimes I'm not able to sleep a full night. So instead of just laying there in bed, not being able to go back to sleep, I have the luxury to come and work up on the addition. So that's what I'm doing this morning. And if nobody gets anything out of this video, well, I'm getting the satisfaction of literally watching my dreams come true before my eyes. And I like to go back and sit and watch these videos and remember where I was a few years ago when I was designing the addition. And it was almost inconceivable at that time that I would ever be to the point where I'm actually sheetrocking. But here I am now. It's taken quite a few years. I started drawing this house plan in 2017. It's 2023. I've just been going off and on, paying for it as I can go. I got no construction loan. I got no mortgage. My house isn't done yet, but that's why, because I'm paying for it as I can go. And later I'll make another video about that topic, but for now let's just do the sheetrock. So then I got my bottle of wood glue here. Kind of hard to get it open. I take my bottle of wood glue and my knife. And I put the wood glue on the knife like that. What do I use the wood glue for? Well, these little tears on the paper, I'll just take and put some wood glue on the paper so it keeps it from tearing further. I learned this little trick from YouTube. Then you can put your mud on that and it's not going to break your mud off. That's what they say, I don't know. I mean, I thought it's a pretty easy little step. Maybe it's not necessary, but I got lots of wood glue. So any place I see there's a little tear on the paper where I don't want to necessarily put tape over that, then that's where I'll go and I'll put the wood glue. Now, why is this door installed right now? It shouldn't be here because I'm just doing the sheetrock. Well, I took it out of my basement, and the best, instead of me storing it somewhere for months and months and tripping over it, I thought I'll just put it where it goes. So I put it up here. So now I have to work around the door, but that's the beauty of living on the remodel job site. Okay, here I am again. Now this tape here, I bought this months ago. I thought I was going to have somebody helping me, and I thought it would be really easy for them just to go and stick it on. It's more costly. I don't know if I really like it, but I don't like to do this in the corners, but I am going to do this on the flat places. Because I figure, can't fail me on the flat places. So I'm just going along, kill and stick. When I need to cut it, I just take my knife and I just tear it. Kill and stick, just like that. I like these scrubs because they're lightweight. They got pockets in them. They're easy to wash. I'm not a nurse, but I do wear my tool bags, and when I have jeans and a belt on under the tool bags, it chafes my waist. And so when I wear these scrubs, I don't have a belt. I just tighten this up. Just tie the little bow tie, and it's just the most comfortable thing I found under my tool bags. So I'm in the habit of wearing these. Speaking of fashion, why am I always wearing the orange hooded sweatshirt? Well, I wear these in the summer. And I put the hood on, and it keeps the sun off my head, my ears, my neck. I don't want to get skin cancer. I don't have to worry about that indoors, but I have the clothes, and these are my work clothes, so that's why I wear the orange hooded long sleeve. And the ball cap, I always wear the ball cap, because that'll keep the crap from falling down in your eyes. I usually wear safety glasses, but I'm not wearing my safety glasses right now because it's just wet mud. It's not really a hazard. So that's why I don't wear the safety glasses. Working my way around. You know when you put YouTube on autoplay and then you fall asleep and then you wake up and there's something playing, it's really relaxing, and you're like, wow, that's the most boring, relaxing video I've ever seen in my life. Thank you for playing that, YouTube. It made me be able to sleep longer. Maybe this video will serve that purpose for you. And if so, you're welcome in advance. You might learn something from this video if you're actively watching it. Might learn a few little tricks. Maybe there's something I don't say, but there's something you're just watching and you learned from my video. Well, good. I'm happy to show my process here. Putting the tape on. Now I don't like to cut this little piece off and throw it on the floor, because then it can get caught up in my stilts, so I keep it as long as possible. And then I'll roll it up in a little ball and throw it where I'm not working. Once you put the stilts on, you want to stay on them as long as possible. So you're not changing stilts constantly all day. You just do as much as possible. Now, do the stilts hurt? Yes, they hurt. Why do they hurt? Because your foot is, you're not spreading all your weight out over entire surface of your foot. You have a smaller surface to stand on, and you're standing on your heels, more on your heels. So your heels, they do throb, you will feel it. I mean, you're gonna get used to it, but if you're thinking the stilts are a thing of comfort, I'm sorry, that's just not the case. Maybe it's for the women that like to wear their high heels. Maybe that's what it feels like. I don't know. Okay, so I got this place right here that you can't see on camera. It's just a butt joint. And I think this tape's going to be fine for the butt joints. I'm running out of tape. Am I going to have enough for this butt joint? So this is what I'm saying. I take this off. And I don't want it to fall down, because then it'll be an obstacle in my stilts that I'll be falling down. And luckily in this little hallway, if I fall down, I can hit against the wall before I go all the way to the floor. So I got all this tape on. Got a little bit left over. Put that right there. Oh, I see a place I can put this stuff. I have another butt joint here over these doors. That goes there. And this is where I take this and I wrap it up. Wrap it up into a little ball of yarn. I'll take it and I'll throw it where it's not in my work area. And I'll come back and pick it up later when I'm not on stilts. Then I look at my glue. Let's say little drippies. I'll just take the little drippies out right now before they get hard. Okay. Now it's time to change my tape. Back to the paper tape. You can't go wrong with the paper tape. It takes longer. It's much cheaper than any of the other mesh tapes or the little hole tape you saw me put in. So I bought a bunch of this. Can't go wrong with it. Load up my little reel. Throw that off camera when I'm not working. This little thing right here goes like this. Put it in the hole, then your tape comes off like it's supposed to. Now it's time to start slapping mud on the walls. I will show you my little scoopy. I didn't know about these at first, but if you could see, it's the round. It goes on the bucket, so when you clean your bucket out, you get all the sides, and your mud doesn't dry up on the sides. So the little bucket scoop, you got to get one of those. Pretty low tech, but it makes a big difference. And then I keep a bucket of water by my mud, and I just set my scoop in it so it doesn't dry out. Alright, now, like I said, I'm slapping mud on the walls. start right here. I didn't have enough of the tape with the holes in it that sticks on the wall, so now I have to put the paper tape in. And I got nobody to hold my hock, so I go put it back on the bucket. And I put this in the wet mud, embed it, tear it off with a knife, scrape off the excess, and then I coat it. Now it's ready to go. Alright, now we're going to come back and slap mud on all the tape. Just like that, you just throw it on the wall. You gotta be kind of quick because if you're not really quick, the mud will fall off your knife and it'll splatter on the floor. It's gonna do that anyway, but see that little splatter? You just slap it on there. Kind of therapeutic. I like doing this work. It's really, it's kind of like dummy work, you know, like it's just so easy. It's just so easy to put the mud on the wall. You could just kind of zone out, put your podcast on. Just sit here and think about how fortunate you are to be able to work. Right now I'm fortunate to be able to work on my dream house, my dream addition. When I was in the hospital, I mentioned earlier about the straps I got on my stilts. They came from the hospital. And all I could think about in the hospital was, I really hate being here. I just want to get out and work on my addition. And now look at me. I'm up on stilts, working on my addition. Every little scoop of mud I put on the wall is an increase in my net worth. Before, in my other house, I was just paying the mortgage before I sold it. I would look at that amortization schedule and just get so depressed. That $900 a month payment, this was years and years ago, you can't get a $900 a month payment anymore. That $900 a month payment was just going right to the bankers. Now, that $900, you imagine how much joint compound I can buy for $900? That's going directly to my net worth. Not to some filthy banker. Every scoop of mud that I put on the wall is getting me closer to having this done. I'm not in a huge hurry because I'm enjoying the process. I'm going slow. Slow is smooth, and smooth is fast. There really hasn't been any big, horrible mistakes that I've made on this project because I go slow. I don't have to tear stuff out. There are a few little things, you know, that I'll have to go back and fix, but that's the same with any project. But the biggest thing is just to keep positive, keep everything running smooth, day in and day out. That's how I'm doing this. Slow is smooth, and smooth is fast. I got this light bulb hanging down in my face. That's not a problem. I intentionally did it like this so I'll have light to work. Because now I don't have to sit and wait for the sun to come up. I can just go turn the lights on and work up here whenever I want. Now, some of my loyal viewers will recall from my video titled, Should I Do My Own Electric? I talked about the ability to put these work lights in. And now you're able to see the benefits of me having installed the work lights. I'm just thinking of a worst case scenario where I wouldn't have been competent enough to do the electrical myself, and I would have had to pay thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to an electrician. And said electrician is going to do the job to their benefit. They don't care if I don't have work lights. They're going to get the rough wiring done and say, well, I'll come back when sheetrock's finished and I'll hook everything up. So in the meantime, good luck to you tripping over all your cords on the stilts, all the extension cords. And that just wasn't a scenario that I was comfortable with. So I did the electrical myself. Took a little bit more time. Well, let's be honest, it took a lot more time than what the electrician would have done it, but I had the money just to do it all, and I kept my project going. So the electrical's done, and I don't have to be tripping over extension cords. Now I can see the advantages of having done the electrical myself. All that money that I used to give to the bank in the form of my mortgage payment, well now, guess what? I just use it to buy construction supplies, like copper wires for my house. And the nice thing about this project is, yeah, it's taken forever, but the more you keep going at it, the more you see your investment returning. Once it's done, then it'll be returning day in and day out without me having to do anything. I'll still have to do routine maintenance. But I'll be reaping the benefits from this project years and years and years. I could even turn into an old man and die in this house and still be reaping the benefits of my labor. Eventually I'll get to the point where I don't have to work for other people. I could just build my own stuff. Because that's really where the value comes in. Like if I was doing this for somebody else, I could probably earn a few $100s a day doing this, but then I would just go spend that money and I would never see that value again. However, by me doing this type of work in my own house, I'm going to be the one that sees those benefits for as long as I want. So I just can't stress enough why it's so important for me to do this kind of work on my own house. And this project is also my plan B, so when my clients get to the point where they can't keep going on their house due to one thing or the other, they can say, okay, fine, take your time, I got stuff to do. I can come here and increase my own net worth, which is what I've been able to do throughout this project. This has been years in the making, and finally seeing it all come to fruition. Just can't stress enough the value of being able to build my own house. And you can too. You just have to basically dedicate your life to it, if that's the kind of person you are. But if you just like to watch home improvement videos, well, I'm glad you're watching this one. I don't have a fancy budget, and I don't have a fancy editing department for my videos. I know I shouldn't be talking with my back to the camera, but I'm also working, so if you enjoy this format, or you just love this video, just eat your heart out on this. Just sit there and watch me work. Just eat your heart out. I like to sit and watch people work too. The nice thing about this video is you could just sit there and do nothing, and you could also just learn something. So don't feel bad about watching this video. You should feel good about watching this video, because this might inspire you to do something productive, to build something. Okay, now where I'm at is I got all the tape covered up with the holes in it. Now I'm going to do these corners. So I got to take and splash my mud on there first. Like this. It's falling. Don't let your hands get dirty, because once your hands get dirty, this is slippery, and then you lose control of your knife. So I just wipe it off on the pants. Keep the hands clean. This is not the fastest way to do the sheetrock. There's tools that cost thousands of dollars, new fancy tools, but I don't want to pay that kind of money, so I'm doing it the slow way, the old-fashioned slow way, until the robots replace us. The sheetrockers will still have jobs. They can't make a robot do this yet, especially not in this small hallway. They have big machines that will do this in commercial buildings, giant robots and stuff, but not in the residential market yet. So now it's just me and a pan of mud. I don't use the pan, I use the hawk. Now, does this work hard on your body? Yes, it is. My shoulder's throbbing right now. My wrists are throbbing. But I just have to break my body in. It's just like anything you do in construction. If you don't come home and you're not just throbbing in pain, you didn't work. So you just have to learn how to deal with the pain. Do I take painkillers? No. Do I self-medicate with alcohol? No. Just try to get a good night's sleep and go at it again the next day. So then you may be asking the question, well, if construction is nothing but pain and throbbing body, well, why do you do it? Well, what happens if I don't use my body? Well, if I just sit and eat Twinkies on the couch and watch YouTube and that's all I do. Well, that's also bad for your body, so I'm of the philosophy, use it or lose it. Because if I do nothing, then my muscles are just going to atrophy and I'm going to be completely incapacitated. And so I might as well get some good out of my body while I'm still able to. And so I'm building my house. And then when I'm an old man and I can't move, just sitting on the couch and do nothing, well, at least I'll have a nice warm place to sit in. That's why I did the construction, even though it's nothing more than a life of pain and misery. It can also be very profitable in more ways than one. Don't let me discourage you from doing construction. I recommend it. If you're miserable in your job and you hate your job, and you're thinking, this just couldn't get any worse, well, quit your job and learn construction. Not many people are going to tell you that, but that's what I'm telling you. I'm telling you to quit your job and go find a job on construction and learn to build your own house. It's the greatest life choice you'll ever make. It's the greatest life choice I've ever made. Quit my job, learn construction, build your own house. In that order. Gotta go get more mud. Back with more mud. This is heavy. This is the all-purpose. Why do I use the heavy? Because they say it has more glue in it. And I use that for my first course. And then on my second course, I'll use the +3. What's +3? It's just another type of the sheetrock mud. Or joint compound. I'm just spreading this on real thick and heavy. I'm not even trying to make it pretty, because I'm going to come right back and I'm going to put tape on all this wet stuff. And then once I run the corner tool over it, then I'll smooth it out and I'll knock out all the ridges, make it nice and pretty. So right now I'm just trying to get as much mud on the wall. I'm just trying to slap it up in there. Get as much as I can before my shoulder goes numb and I drop my hawk all over the floor and there's a big disaster. So the faster I can get this off the hawk, the less it weighs. I mean, it's not a lot of weight, but if you're just holding this all day, then the throb is real. So I'm just trying to make it as wide as possible. That's what I'm doing. Just getting it up there. Mud ain't gonna put itself on the wall. I love the stilts. You gotta get you, if you want to do your own house, get you some stilts. Slapping mud on the wall. My hawk's getting lighter and lighter. It's working. I'm not going as fast as I was last night because I got the morning grog going. Last night I was just, right after my workout, I just worked out a little bit. And that's a good stimulant for the brain and give you a little rush of energy. That's when I'm right at my sharpest. You could definitely tell the results. I do a little jump rope, lift some weights, a little bit of weights, nothing too heavy. But right now, it's just slapping mud on the wall. Now this video, if I fall down and I put this on YouTube, maybe it'll get more views. Because I know people like to see you get hurt on YouTube, but hopefully that won't happen. Hopefully it'll just be a nice, comfortable, boring video where you can watch it and go to sleep and then wake up and then go build something. That's the purpose of this video. Sometimes the mud wants to fall off the back of the hawk, so I just spin it around and I fix it up. Sometimes it still falls. I'm right here by my attic access, and I got the piece of sheetrock covering the attic access. if you got to put a piece of insulation on this. If you forget, then all the heat's going to go up into your attic. So just staple a piece of R30 insulation on the back of that. And that's probably, look, what you should do, if you've never checked your attic access in your house before, go check it after this video and make sure there's a piece of insulation on the back of this. And if there's not, put a piece of insulation on. It's an easy little home remedy. And it'll save you hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars over the life of your home. So, there's a little tip for you. Put a piece of insulation on the back of the sheetrock for your attic access. And if you live in a house that has no attic access, no interior attic access, well, I'm sorry for you, my friends. It can be fixed, but you probably got bigger problems than that if you live in a house with no attic access. There's houses here where I live in this town where the attic access is on the outside of the house. And that's stupid. You gotta have one on the inside of the house. I've almost got all the mud around these top corners. I gotta stick my tape to it now after I get all the mud on. Maybe some of my viewers are in the hospital right now and they can't work. I feel sorry for them. I'd rather be here with a throbbing body from doing construction than be in the hospital. Maybe some of my viewers are incarcerated and they can't work. I'm sorry for you, prisoners. Just know that there's many felons that I've worked with over the years, and construction that's a good career path for you. So once you get out of prison, you can start working in construction. They don't care. They'll take anybody. They don't care about your criminal record. I'm not trying to stigmatize my felons. I'm just trying to encourage you. Once you get out of prison or whatever you're doing, you go work construction. There's opportunity for you there. There's worse jobs out there than working construction, let me tell you that. Are there better jobs out there than working construction? Yeah, I don't know. You tell me. Taking my tape along here. Just go in here and slap it with my fingers. Just tuck it up in there. Tear it off with the knife. Then it'll hang down. And I just do the roll, 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 roll. Boom, right back there. And just take my knife and I'm just smashing it into the mud. That's all I'm doing. Just smashing it into the mud. Smashing it in. Sometimes the knife gets a little dirty. I can't use my hawk because I got the tape in the other hand. The tape has to be well embedded. It has to be. If it's not well embedded, then you're going to see it when you paint your walls, and you'll be disappointed with yourself. So take the time and firmly embed that tape. My mud's still pretty sloppy at this point, but I'm not concerning myself with that. I'm just looking and making sure that the tape is well embedded, which it is. I wish I had a cameraman to follow me, but it's not going to happen today. I'm sorry, viewers. And that's why you're getting the unedited footage. I hope you like the unedited footage here, because I don't have time to sit and edit my videos. And I'm sure you don't want the edited version either. You'd rather see the raw process. So that's why you're getting my ramblings. And you're also being able to see the raw process. This is, I mean, it shows you how long this takes. Yeah, it takes some time. If you don't have time, or if you're in a hurry, a big rush, don't do your own sheetrock. But if you're patient, if you enjoy it, you enjoy the solace, working alone, nobody there to bother you, then it's very therapeutic. You could probably go off a lot of your medications if you take a hobby in construction. Don't sue me. I'm not a doctor. Don't take medical advice from me. Consult your medical professional before going off any prescribed medications. There, disclaimer. Now you can't sue me. Okay, now it's time for the next row of tape. Start down here. Just get it up there where it's not going to fall off the wall. We're just walking the dog. Just walking the dog. Get it up in there where you want it. Tear it off with the knife. Roll, 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 roll. Go back in and make a 90-degree angle. You can just run your hand down there. Shove it up in there. Try to get both ways so I don't have to come back. It's working. Getting a nice crisp 90. But if I feel like it's not crisp, I'll just take it and